Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Coming at you live, it's me, Slidewhistle.
It's me, Immunization.
Coming at you pre-recorded, it's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire, Horde Punching Bag, and apparently really good at guessing.
Hey, I just got a victory royale in Fortnite, so I'm officially the best gamer on Earth. Thank you very much, everybody, for supporting me in my career.
I was there, and it was very exciting.
So, Slidewhistle, now that you are possibly the world's top gamer, what gamer word are you now going to use? What slur are you going to slip in?
I think my gamer word's gonna be Mixer, since Mixer's fucking dead now.
Yeah, that's fucking dead. Go get the bag, Big Two. Better luck next time, every other creator.
Wait, so Mixer, like that one that was trying to take off into the streaming world, is dead?
Yeah, they were basically like, we're done. We're merging with Facebook Gaming, and so Ninja and everybody else who was like exclusive, they got paid like $25 million to be exclusive, can keep the money and go back to fucking Twitch now.
Oh my god, they took a big risk and it paid off. Wow.
Fun fact, none of the creators were told. They were informed when everyone else was. So everyone else who's like, hey, name's Buttman62, I'm a Mix exclusive streamer, immediately started up a stream like, hey guys, visit me somewhere else, I guess. It was a real rough time.
Damn. Well, I mean, Facebook Gaming is weird. They've been trying to like get more and more people that like I kind of recognize as streamers, but I'm like, I don't want to watch my shit on Facebook. I hate being on Facebook.
Yeah, not really a fan either.
My grandmother is very excited. She can't wait to start streaming. I don't know any streamers, so I'm just gonna say a vague name. Astroman. She's excited for Astroman.
I think I can get behind a good Astro Man Facebook stream.
Like, yeah, brother, like this video to lock in your vote.
Ugh, okay, I don't like these jokes. I don't like talking about Facebook. They can hear us. They're fucking listening to us right now. Let's talk about the World of Warcraft, which I actually played a lot of, more so than I have been playing in the last couple of weeks. So, Aaron, what you got for us? What you doing, WoW?
This week in the World of Warcraft, I continued my adventures to get all the heritage armors. I am 108, so tantalizingly close on my boy Randallman, and then after he's done, I guess I'll do Wigglestein stuff to try and get the gnome one.
Randallman's your shaman, right?
Yes, he is my elemental shaman. He is fun enough in some weird world where literally every other character had been swept off the face of the earth. I'd be like, I can play him as a main, but for now, I'm ready to give him a rest in 2 levels.
So what have you been wearing on him before? Because obviously you don't have the transmog yet. So are you going for like the naked belly shaman look or like the ugly shaman look?
I've usually just been using the Shadowlands armor, and then when I get the armor set like for the expansion, I'm like, oh, I'll wear this. And then when that doesn't look good anymore, I'm like, time to go back to the Shadowlands armor.
Yeah, that one's pretty mystical for a chamois to be wearing.
Yeah, it's got a skirt, which is something I like because he doesn't look very good with pants.
And shamans, I think, are the number one like purchasers of skirts in Azeroth, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. But other than playing, I've also been reading the World of Warcraft. Showing my balls on stream here. What is even the name? The one where it's Garrosh.
Put those away. Oh, it's oh my god, I own that one.
Oh, is it the one with the trial?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's war crimes, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I've been reading War Crimes, the gap between Mop and Wad novel, and it's pretty good.
It reads like a fucking like a Law and Order case. It's so funny.
It really
Dun, dun.
does. There's no like hacking and slashing, but the sheer tension between Tyrande and Bane, I'm like, girl.
I was imagining them all in like cheap suits, like on Judge Judy or whatever. Like they're just kind of like arguing.
So far, my absolute favorite part is at one point Vol'jin gets on the stand to talk about his beef with Garrosh, and he's like, he promised me he would paint the town red. And Tyrandi's like, red? Like blood? And then Vol'jin goes, no, red like the horde is red. And then Christy lets us know that the Horde's color iconography is red and the Alliance's is blue, and several characters explain that to each other. And I'm like, okay.
That's so fucking weird.
But it was a pretty good week in the World of Warcraft. Immune, what was your week like?
So I also played a little bit more this week. I started off the week by still leveling on Immuno the Rogue a little bit more. I swapped before finishing Uldum again because I'm like 6 out of 7 or whatever it is there, but I'm like 2 levels above now of what the area is supposed to be. Like I still am gaining experience even though it's showing as green just because of the big buff that I've been getting. Overall, I've gotten to a part of the questline that makes me feel a little weird. It's very like pygmy based and it just feels racist.
It's gotta be, right? It's 100%. Pygmy are a people. Like they're an ethnic group that exists on like some islands, I'm pretty sure.
It makes me feel uncomfortable, basically.
At the very least, I think it's an outdated term. It's like if you went to an ice village and it's like, oh, you have to go help out the Eskimos. Like, it's like, this doesn't feel great anymore.
Yeah, so I swapped over to playing on my main a little bit more this week. I was very happy to see that this week they had Call to Arms in Stormsong, so I was finally able to grind that out. I got like 250 honor today or whatever, and that finished off that tour of duty. So I now have my Conqueror of Azeroth title and the sick mount that comes with it.
Hey, I was showering when I heard, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Because I actually wanted to help, but I was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna make it," because you always play during work. And the minute I was like, oh, "He's gonna get it, he's gonna get it," you like sent that message, and I was like, "Holy shit, it's finally happened!"
Yeah, so I am very happy with that, and also in the train of completing things that I've been working on for a while, I was able to start on my Flame Warden achievement, which is the midsummer holiday that is currently going on. I feel like it's going to be a little grindy. I have been spending most of my time right now just flying in between these campsites and either praising the fires or, kicking rocks at the horde fires. I finished all of Eastern Kingdoms and the Cataclysm ones, and now I am going over to Kalimdor because I don't know, I always feel like Kalimdor is the one that I want to go to last, but...
Have you fucked with the stupid juggling yet?
I do not believe I have. Is that the same one where you, throw up the fire and then you have to follow its shadow?
Yeah, it's the one where you have to fucking find, the tiny little black circle on the ground, but if anybody else is near you and also doing the quest, their shadow also appears for you. So good luck figuring out which fucking torch is yours.
No, I have not started to do that yet, so I'm sure that will be very hard because it says you have to juggle 10 at a time. How do you do that?
So with each one you get, it just adds. So you only have to get 10 circles in a row without dropping one. I think it kind of takes a little bit of angling into effect. So if you run at it and hit it at the right angle, you can send it flying too fast ahead of you. So you also have to kind of be careful of where you're knocking it to. It's just stupidly obnoxious, and I hate it.
Yeah, so I have that to look forward to next up in this week. How about you, Slidewhistle? What did you do this week?
I was getting my druid geared up. I decided it was time to go take Miss Wildseed and run her through some content. I had to go do the awful task of farming the essences so I could do more vision runs, so I can get more cape cores, which I just really don't want to do, but I need to do it at this point.
As far as the official honkometer, Miss Wildseed, how close is she to top spot?
She's moving up there. She's definitely a solid number 2. At this point, she's a solid 1.5. On my Death Knight, I really can't do much else to gear him other than get his cape upgraded so I can wear more of my corruption gear. But I don't really want to run high mythic keys on him right now. I just maybe want to keep using him to get mount attempts. And that's also why I am leveling my druid, because of something we learned and did in raid last week. And I want to have a viable second powerful alt to be able to continue doing this thing. But I really don't have anybody close to my Death Knight in power level. He's like 470 something and she's like 445. So I'm trying to beef her up. But I don't know. I'm looking at like the stuff comparing Druid to Death Knight for their abilities they get in Shadowlands. And the Druid one is looking very fucking appealing. So it's a toss up right now, I'd say, for Shadowlands.
Oh dear, the honkometer. Who knows where it will goes?
Only Slidewhistle does, sometimes.
I'm so sick of these catch-up mechanics being so slow. I had to run her through Mechagon again, do that quest, like, I have to go run the wires and power the system and watch all the explorers get annihilated, because I had to do Call to Arms in Mechagon, and there's still no good skips to get there. I've done it I think this is like my 6th character to go out to Mechagon. I don't want to fucking look at it anymore.
They should really add a skip of that whole intro, just because it takes so long and it doesn't really give you anything.
And it's been out for so long now.
This is neither here nor there, but I remember when Cubby Bub was up and coming and getting flying, she would always be like, "Oh, do you want to do stuff on Mechagon?" And I was like, "No." I said, "I'm a big enough man now. I don't want to ever go back."
Yeah, I'm so close to getting the meta achievements done over there for the flying wheel or whatever, but man, I really don't want to have to go hunt those rares again. I feel so free not having to do that every day anymore.
Yeah, I have not been back in a while, ever since I did my Call to Arms there when I was trying to grind out that essence.
That's probably the easiest place to do that though, for your essence. I feel like that's just a scrap fest.
Yeah, that and Najatar are both pretty easy.
Well, I guess we can talk about what we did in Raid, because it's got me hella fucking excited. And I hope to God it's the first thing we do again today.
Yeah, so I will say last week we finally got a mythic Jaina kill, because as we previously established, we are and have always been mythic raiders.
It doesn't matter if the mythic raid itself is 2 raids ago. We go for full clears or no clears. Am I right, ladies?
Yeah!
And it especially doesn't matter when corruption absolutely breaks mechanics you can cheese, which is how we got it, baby.
We will not fully reveal our methods so that nothing hopefully gets patched.
I don't think they're going
If
to
you
patch
know, then Blizzard knows, and we can't afford them to know.
We need to get these mounts.
I don't think there's anything they can really do to fix it other than disable how corruption works in there, because it's just a huge power creep, I'm pretty sure.
They're willing to do that. We already know that they don't like corruption, and they do love the Jaina mount. So they're like, we remove this entire system so you can't cheese it.
That honestly wouldn't surprise me if that happened, though. But so now, because as we said last week, the Jaina fight does drop 2 mounts. Man, opening that chest was one of the most nerve-wracking things I had done in a very long time.
When we fought Jaina, Cubby Bub was with us, and she accidentally got blown off the ship at the first part, and she was like, "Will I get the mount? Will I get the mount?" I said, "I think, because you did hit her." She's like, "But I didn't go down to the big iceberg." And it was a very strenuous time. Neither of us did get it, but I was like, "I think you should get it."
Well, she had a chance to get it. I think only 2 people per raid group get it.
So what was your guys' approach? Did you wait for everyone else to grab? Did you grab it immediately?
So I was initially, I didn't want to be the first or one of the first few, so I waited, but then I waited long enough that I saw that the 2 people already got it, and I was like, oh man, I didn't get it.
I think I just moseyed over and didn't expect to get it, and then didn't. So I was like, expectations met.
Man, I sat here and I stared at Jaina sitting above me, because I have a huge poster of her on the wall. And I was like, please, Jaina, for the love of God, please give me this fucking mount. And I didn't get it. But man, has the price of these mounts tanked? I haven't checked in a little bit, but maybe like 4 days ago when I saw people were selling the mount for 500k. I have a feeling that since then it's probably only gone down more since because everyone could just pub it. Like everyone could just pug it up if they want to now. I've seen a fuck ton of groups for it.
Yeah, because it's easier now, and you don't need a mythic tier raid group to complete it, I don't think. I mean, we are, but, you don't have to be.
Yeah, I don't think you really do, which is why I'm getting this druid beefed up, because then I can take her in eventually for a second shot at the mount. And druids are highly wanted for this because they have a lot of AoE to help with the strat. So I'm like, come on, please. There's nothing I wanted more than this goddamn mount, other than the fucking rainbow generator toy. The rainbow toy that comes out of like your back when you activate it. That costs almost like $1 million or 1 million gold in Dalaran.
Yeah, and also you never see that vendor, right?
I'm so sick of the fucking mad toy boy. He's never fucking there.
That's what I put in my description on my Grindr profile. Aaron, last name, a mad toy boy.
Gross. And then tonight in Raid, I think we hopefully are doing the Mythic Jaina kill again. There's no reason not to. But we are for sure running Black Temple, which I think, for the first time in a long time, it's going to be exciting. Normally, I don't like running timewalking raids because they are a little too hard when it's current for like the level you're at, but now it should be.
Yeah, I am also excited to see how this goes because, besides when I've just personally gone there and not timewalking, just like ran through it just to like get some T-Mog or just to see it, I haven't really done it. So it'll be interesting to see it at a little bit more of a difficult pace, more similar to what it was intended to be like.
Now, call me, and I'm sorry for using this phrase, for this harsh language, call me a noob. Do the mechanics, are they still the same as like BC? Like, do I have to go get my nature resistance up? Do I have to go max out my avoidance?
They probably tuned that stuff out, if I'm remembering correctly, because I know that the fights aren't as hard as they were when it was current. But I remember when timewalking came out, we did it as old Phoenix Fusion, Burning Temple, and I remember I lasted like 2 bosses before I said, I'm tired of wiping on these bosses that give no loot, I'm gonna leave, and then I left. So it should be harder than what we're used to, because it's just gonna be mechanics we don't even fucking know, And also, our guild is dumb sometimes, so...
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as well, because I feel like our raid composition will be a little interesting, because people will probably be bringing a bunch of alts or things. I don't really know, because it'll scale us down so that we're all about the same, right?
Yeah, it'll scale us down. I'm actually not sure how the scaling in the timewalking raids works. It definitely will scale us, but I don't know how much. I'm bringing my druid, so I'm excited to get Miss Wildseed some action out here, and hopefully some gear, because she has some 415s on still.
So what level gear does the Black Temple on timewalking drop?
I think it's 445 gear that it drops.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
But it's gonna be T-Mogs you might not have yet.
Oh boy, if there's anything that gets me moist, it's thinking of Burning Crusade T-Mog. Red rectangles all around, baby.
Hey, there's some green circles there, okay?
Would you guys say that our guild is sort of like a clan?
Is this clan with a C or clan with a K? Because they're two
Whoa,
very
you
different.
said clan with a C. That reminds me of this week's Time Warp.
Here I
go. This week's Time Warp, which is 40 seconds of pure unadulterated trivia. I want you boys to name as many of your favorite thing Tauren clan names.
Great.
Are you ready?
No,
but okay.
Here we go. Begin.
High
Blood
Mountain,
hooves,
Thunder Totem.
fell hooves.
There you have it, folks.
What the hell is the one? What is the one that the Magatha runs? Oh my god, what are their names? Cloud totems, the shadow totems, the bleak feet, the nasty snatches.
Fire hoof.
I already said Bloodhoof, and Fellhoof I think is one too. I think it's the same one. Tongue Lashers.
Skywalker.
No, that's not one. Earth Lickers.
Time.
Boot Lickers.
Would you believe that you two tied 1-1?
Oh no! Which ones do we get?
We got Grim Totem and we got High Mountain.
Huh. Okay. What were the ones that we missed? How many additional ones were there?
There are... Actually, you know what? I'm going to have a tiebreaker here. So I'm going to ask you each individually what you think the most overused word is between all of them. So I'll go immune. Which word do you feel like is the most overused of all of the tribes?
So you're saying like a portion of a word that's used for a tribe name?
Yes.
Okay, let me think here. I think totem.
Okay, and Slide.
Hoof. Or hoof.
God damn it if it's not a double tie.
Wait, what do you mean?
Ugh. So there are the Grim Totem, the Rage Totem, and the Rune Totem. And as far as hooves, there is the Stone Hoof, the Thunder Hoof, and the Winter Hoof. So it's 3-3 again.
There aren't any Bloodhoof? Isn't it Karn Bloodhoof? Or are they all dead now?
That's just his last name.
Bloodhoof is just his last name. He is the leader of the... I think he's the leader of the Rune Totem. I believe the Rune Totem Tauren are the ones we know. You know what?
Huh.
I'm just going to drink on this one.
I'll also drink on this one.
I'll have a chug-a-lug-lug.
We can decide afterwards who gets next week. I really thought I had something here, but all these damn names sound the same.
Whoa, hey man, all Tauren are not the same.
That's true. Some of them are Yangul.
Tonka tough. You get that because the Tonka are in Northrend, but then also Tonka, like the toy trucks.
I get the joke and reference.
Yeah, thank you.
I fell off my bunk bed and broke my head and had to go to the hospital, and my brother was playing a Tonka truck game.
Dude, those things felt not like an actual car, just like an actual video game.
No, he wasn't going like brr, 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 playing trucks on the floor. He was playing Tonka Garage on our family computer, and I fell off my bunk bed, hit the headboard, busted my head open, and he did nothing. This is my call-out post, Adam.
Honestly, though, if I was playing Tonka games, I don't know if I could turn around either. That big yellow dump truck, who could resist her?
Ew.
I'm not gonna fuck it. What do you mean, ew? What are you ewing about that?
What do you mean you're not going to fuck it? That's you to me. There's nothing I'd rather do than wrap my arms around a big yellow truck.
So speaking of big yellow trucks, this week we also got some news about how we will no longer be using Twitch/Curse for our add-on clients in the future for WoW.
You are right. There is no bigger and more yellow truck than the Curse client.
I don't know how to feel about this. Well, one part of me is like, I only have the Twitch app to handle my add-ons. But then another part of me is like, I don't know what the fuck Overwolf is. Who's Overwolf? Why do I trust them as a client more so than Twitch, who I know, like, kind of more so, you know?
Let me get this straight. Originally, we had it on Curse, and then Twitch bought Curse, and then Twitch no longer wants the add-on, so then Overwolf is taking it?
Yes, whatever the fuck Overwolf is. And from what I'm seeing, a lot of people have not a lot of faith in Overwolf. It seems to be the general consensus right now out there.
Man, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens, but I don't know. The fact that people don't seem to have too much faith in it.
The only thing that I can see is that Overwolf apparently is more in tune with the underground modding gaming scene. Their hashtag, The Edge. And I guess they would understand more about mods for games than like the mega conglomerate that is Twitch.
Yeah, maybe. I'm debating if I just kind of cull my add-ons and like I get rid of like some of the ones I don't really need, and I just start manually installing them like some kind of fucking freak.
What fucking year is it?
That's like what, 2007 I feel like. But I mean, I don't know if they're gonna keep changing what provider I need to pick, and everyone's like, well, it's three different supporters in 10 years. Bitch, it's been three supporters in like, I would say what, 3 years, 4 years has been this change up we've had so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as of like Legion, I was going through the distinct curse client application, and then we had to do Twitch.
It's like almost so far been kind of one expansion if you think about it. We had Curse for Draenor and Legion, and then we had the swap over to Twitch during maybe the end of Legion, and then into BFA, and now we're leaving BFA. No, we're leaving Twitch before BFA is even done with officially.
Yeah. Hashtag Twitch's dead party or something. I don't know.
See, I guess for everybody else who's been playing WoW for like 8 years, they're like, well, Curse has been it for the majority of the time, but for us, we're like, bitch, they've all been almost equal so far. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, in reality, it'll probably be the same to us in game. It's just the fact that I'll have to download a new client.
Hold on. I am
Uh-oh.
looking at Overwolf's Wikipedia page here, and it says that they are only for the Microsoft Windows operating system. And I say that is unfair to Aaron circa 2017 and all the people like him who are hashtag dedicated Apple users.
Wait, is there no Apple client for Overwolf? There has to be.
According to Overwolf, the platform is only Microsoft Windows, which means, like, yeah, if I did not have this computer that I currently have, I could not use this.
Huh. I feel like that has to be something that they would consider changing. I mean, I feel like that's kind of crazy, right?
Wow, I'm so far, yeah, I am not seeing anything about it being on Mac yet. Ooh, uh-oh. Well, Aaron, it's like you better start speaking for your people, because they need you right now. You have a platform of a handful of people to listen to.
The Mac Warriors and I'll unite. Nothing will stop us except for all the cracks in our screen that we can't fix, and they just tell us to buy a new Mac because there's not changeable parts. But anyways, Mac
Hey, Aaron-
Warriors unite.
Aaron, do you think I'm worthy enough to buy an iPhone 5? Because Immune was saying I wasn't, so I need some backup here so I can buy this thing and not feel guilty.
5?
Wait, that's an iPhone 5? I meant iWatch 5.
Oh, okay.
Well, I say that's a grand leap, because if it was an iPhone 5, I was going to ask, how have you not advanced? I feel like they've outdated every single application to be past 5. As far as iWatch 5, I don't know, you can be bougie if you want.
Oh, thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
That's
I'm not an
basically what
iWatch
I
guy,
said.
but be you.
Oh, God, Slide is like gaslighting me on the podcast right now. I literally said, get one if you want to get one.
First, he said I wasn't worthy. Then he said, why would you upgrade to an iPhone 11? You should get an Android. And I felt so attacked. Please help me. Someone send help, please.
I also
Hello,
did not say
everyone.
that.
My name is Buttman64, and I'll be going over the drama on episode 79 of Do Not Relent. Co-hosts fired it out over a watch.
Oh, what?
Which of you has the receipts for this argument? That's who I'm going to believe in this moment.
It's always about the receipts. Keep your receipts, folks. Never get rid of them.
Yeah, this is
You are
literally just...
exposed. You are exposed.
This particular case is literally just my word against his, so there are no receipts.
Fuck you. Before we do Growl on the Prowl, we have a little fan mail to address. It is confirmed that Vanderlyle did have the name Young Wildseed. He was leading me on purpose.
Bastard.
So he said that he released it, and he probably should have mentioned I locked it up last email. It's such a creamy name, I couldn't chance it. That's so creamy.
It's totally the creamiest.
I'm glad that he went from crunch to cream on this interaction.
But One of my favorites is a comment that I think I have a lot in my head, where he says, it would be an honor to replace Immune on the podcast, but you can't replace skull fucking a wicker demigod. Man, I wish I could draw. Man, I wish I could draw that too. That would be... Can you imagine just drawing skull fucking Gorak Tool? Aaron? Make Kate draw that.
Definitely, 1000%. She went to college for 4 years for art, and I'm gonna make her draw. All three of us just really filling Gorak Tool's holes.
If we commission her, she legally has to.
Legally.
I mean, I feel like a lot of artists have specific boundaries, and this is probably crossing a lot of them.
No, if we just keep upping the money, and it gets even more illegal for her to deny us.
Everybody has a price.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to spend any money on commissioning this piece either, so...
Well, too bad. We're using the fucking podcast funds we got saved up in our bank.
Huh.
Gemmit put $1,000 in there for us to spend on whatever we wanted to, and goddammit, we're gonna commission some sexy skull fucking art.
Well, it's got to be on the cheap, because I already spent like $900 of it on a really cool lollipop.
Wow, that must have been a cool-ass lollipop. What the fuck?
It surely was. Growliina, do you have any lollipop-based stories for us?
Hello, listeners. Growliina here, on the scene, talking with Oakley, my fellow furry friend. Now, I don't know if you saw this, Oak, but your people, the Pandaren that is, recently got new customization options. Did you see those?
I did not. What is there?
Well, first off, there's new face options, and anyone can have a tail now.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, also, you can be blue.
Wait, you can be blue?
Yeah, apparently you can just be blue now. Are you going to be making the shift to becoming a blue bear?
I think I'll stay red for the time being.
Well, what's wrong with being blue? You got a problem with that?
No, I just like my color as is.
Didn't even consider being blue for a second. It's people like you that are holding progress back, Oak.
Okay, maybe I'll consider turning blue, if even for one day.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Hopefully you all in the audience learned something today as well. Until our next lesson, it's been Growliina.
Oh boy, what a wonderful story you sure told, Growliina. I definitely remember what the lead-in was.
Oh yeah, can you run us back that again? So what was it again?
Shit.
Yeah, what was the lead-in for it?
Madeleine Roux put out a new part of her book.
Oh, yeah. Just an hour prior to this recording, so it's going to be several days in the past once you guys listen to this, but we got a new excerpt of Shadows Rising, and this one details an interaction between Nathanos and people. What are you trying to tell me here?
I always want to put a spoiler warning up before we say anything. I know people expect it, but I feel like we're still legally obligated to say it, or we're gonna get sued.
Madeleine Roux is going to bend us over and give us a good whooping if we don't give a spoiler tag right now.
And here it is. Spoilers. Okay, continue.
Well, at this point, let's just go from the beginning of this little excerpt that we got. It starts off with Nathanos and Syrah, who is the night elf who was turned into undead right before our eyes in the Warfront, right?
Yeah. And she seems to have a lot of emotion for being an undead person. So I'm like,
Yeah.
how does being raised work?
She's out here being like, I hate going on these missions. And I just keep looking at her like, you chose it. You got revived, but you didn't have to follow them, Sierra. I have zero sympathy for you.
Yeah, she's literally complaining how stinky it is and how dirty it is. And I'm like, lady, you literally chose to hang out with the undead when they raised you. You had so many options. She's like, I don't like my feet in this mud. I don't like all these flies around me. Bitch, shut up.
It's like, bitch, the flies are all over you because you're literally flesh that is rotting.
So where are they though? So it's Sierra and Nathanos, and they are meeting at a secret drop point. I think is it in Zandalar? Do you think it's like Nazmir-ish maybe?
It's called the Frog Marsh, so I would assume it's some tucked away part of Nazmir, especially because those two are waiting and then meet up with some Zandalari separatists called like the Widow's Bite.
Yeah, the Widow's Bite, and she has like a tick on her shoulder or whatever because she's a nasty little bitch.
So I just did a quick little search, and yeah, the Frog Marsh is a location within Nazmir.
Okay.
By Kragwa's burrow, it's, if you want the coordinates, it's 7149 in Nazmir.
Punch
Well,
that
you
into your
know,
tom-tom.
good old 7149. Just put that into your tom-tom and then just visualize it.
Now, I realize we actually skipped the most important part of the beginning, is that we actually get a very good idea of what Nathanos smells like. We get some in-depth lore into his cologne that he wears.
Yeah, because Miss Roux happens to tell us that in response to Nathanos seeing that Sierra is annoyed by the fact that she stinks and the flies want to eat her, Nathanos thinks about what kind of cologne he is wearing in order to not quite smell like the death that he is, but also not quite not smell like it, I think is the smell that he was going for.
Yeah, apparently his scent is just not a scent. And it says, many found the complete absence of scent unnerving, as if everyone just smells so bad in Azeroth that the second someone doesn't smell, they're like, uh-oh, something's wrong with this guy.
I mean, the only NPC I've ever seen in any sort of bath or shower is that druid from Legion who got stuck in his, like, travel form. All of your favorite people stink.
I kind of hate that. But I was thinking about it. Maybe the reason why Sierra hates the flies that are buzzing around her because of her stink is probably because, think about it, they are all decomposing flesh. The flies are probably literally tearing them apart, right? Right?
Yeah, they're probably trying to eat her, right?
They have to be. Like, they want to pull her sweet flesh off and munch on it. And I say, good. Fuck her.
I also think, like, this reaction that Sierra is having is also not out of line with some of the lore that we've seen from the undead. I mean, I believe the beginning quest lines of undead are you becoming undead, and then there are a lot of undead who are really, like, freaked out by it.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But she dove
But
right
she
in
wa-
head first.
She was okay with it enough to attack us 7 million times in the Warfront. It's just now when she's not getting whooped, when she has a free moment, she's like, wow, this kind of stinks.
Literally.
But so the whole reason they're in Nazmir is that they're meeting with Widow's Bite, and Widow's Bite do not agree that the Zandalari have joined the Horde, basically, right? They're mad that they're still... It says that their leader, Apari, her loyalty was to the Zandalari crown, which is a little confusing because the Talanji's still leading the Zandalari, so what, did you just hate that she's in lead?
It said, I think it's that specific quote was Sierra identified with her because they were both betrayed by their higher powers, Huraloon and Apari, the crown. So I think it is what you were saying, where she trusted the Zandalari to be a separate people, and when they joined the Horde, that didn't work out for the Widow's Bite.
Yeah, that's how I interpret it as well. So they are separatists because they did not approve of the Horde and the Zandalari joining forces.
I feel like there's always got to be bad guy trolls. That always seems to be how it works.
You need to get your troll dungeon in there somewhere.
And most of the time they seem to be like shamans or witches or something.
But let me just say though, I really enjoyed how flavorful this was written, because this separatist group seems that they're kind of fucking scary. Because the whole point of this meeting is that she has a payment that she's requested, that she needs to start this ritual, and the ritual will weaken Bwamsamdi, and they want to kind of like...
Well, I guess we should first preface this by saying that it is revealed that Nathanos is on a mission to kill Bwamsamdi.
Right.
Which I guess makes sense because he's like a death guy, and Sylvanas is working with the death guy. So she's probably just like, Nathanos, go take out everyone else that has to deal with death.
Yeah, they really don't get into any specifics on exactly why they'd want Bwamsamdi dead, which is, I'm sure, is going to be a very interesting point later to come up in the lore, because I can't really think of any reason why he is blocking anything that they're doing, because all the souls are going to the mall. So what is Bwamsamdi doing that's, above that or whatever?
I would assume, if I had to guess, it'd be something like he has a hand in diverting them. So it's not one-to-one, like every soul's going to the maw. So maybe they want him so that there is no one interfering with the machinery of death. But this is all... There's no basis behind this. This is just what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'll hopefully find out soon. But they have some payment for her. And at this point, it's in like this little chest that has been placed in between them. And according to Syrah, she had seen the payment to the leader of Widow's Bite. And it's a collection of gems, jewelry, beautifully hammered metal necklace plates, small flagons of rare spirits, and daggers. So they're basically just giving her like a bunch of like sweet looking loot. And she opens it and she's like, nah, bitch, I don't want this. I don't want any of this.
She being the head of the Widow's Bite, is like, this payment isn't good enough because it's not valuable enough to you. You being Nathanos.
Which is fucking scary, because this bitch isn't operating on a normal villain basis of like wanting loot and shit. She wants something that apparently is valuable to a person. Like she's doing some real ass voodoo out here, and I don't like that, because that shit always is fucking terrifying in like games and stuff. Like that's like real power.
Yeah, so Nathanos obliges. He's like, yeah, I guess you can have this. And he rips off his necklace amulet thing that he is wearing, and then Madeleine Roux goes into a little bit of detail about why this amulet is so important to him, and I guess it is some kind of marking of how he is the best ranger ever, or something like that.
He was so good he was recognized by the High Elves of Silvermoon, specifically his star-crossed lover, Sylvanas Whisperwind.
Man, so like it's the fucking thing that his childhood crush gave him, and then he took it and cherished it, and now he has her, and then he gave it up because she said, what's her name? Her name is
Apari.
Is Apari a guy?
Apari's a woman. They said she.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but then she has a big bodyguard with her, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she has two other people that are with her.
So yeah, she's like, you must give something painful, something irreplaceable. So she basically it's the only thing that they have to give. And it's funny because it seemed like Nathanos knew that he had to give her this to begin with. Like he was ready to take his fucking little award off to hand it over.
Yeah, he's like, this little thing, which is like prominently displayed right in front of her face.
But he was trying not to, right? He was like, maybe you should take the gems, and I won't have to give up my little necklace.
He had a real C's get degrees kind of mindset. He's like, I'm going to lowball her first, see if she accepts that. And when she's like, Nathanos, I expect better of you, that's when he actually tries with his offerings.
And as he's handing her his little award, he holds it in her hand and he basically traps her hand, and then he says, "This is no trinket, witch. If you fail to destroy the lowest shrines as you have promised, then there will be severe consequences. You may have conjured a few clouds off the coast, but payment this dear demands results." So he's not fucking around. This thing means more to him than... This is probably the only thing he has a heart for other than Sylvanas, it seems like.
Yeah, so... yeah, it's a pretty big payment that he is giving, and I guess he fully expects that they meet their end of the bargain, which was previously described as weakening Bwamsamdi enough so that he can be killed, and I think they said that means destroying all of his shrines or altars or things that are giving him power.
It's a classic Skyrim thing where it's like you're only as powerful as how many followers you have, and he's gonna have basically they're gonna try to destroy all of his followers, so he gains no power from being a god. You know what this really is? This is really the Santa Claus movies, where if you don't believe in Santa Claus, he loses his power.
You're spoiling the end of the book where he has to get a wife, or else he'll lose his Bwansamdi powers.
I was thinking more along the lines of like the Disney movie Coco or whatever. But yeah, same idea.
Caroline, do you
Wait.
want to be Mrs. Swamdi?
What if Nathanos pushes Swamdi off the roof, and then he becomes the new god of death? He becomes the new Swamdi.
And then he's going to attempt to lip sync all of these dramatic numbers because he can't actually sing.
Can you imagine him being trapped? Like, he's like, I'm the new Bwansamdi. And they're like, to be Bwansamdi, you have to speak like a troll. And he's like, do I really? And they're like, yep. And he does it once and he gets canceled on Twitter.
I would honestly love for him to go that way. But there's some hot tie-ins with the book coming out July 14th, which is really fucking soon. There's a dungeon in Shadowlands, which we knew of, called The Other Side. But now we know the bosses of this dungeon as of like 4 days ago.
Who are the bosses?
So it's giving me big Violet Hold vibes. It's located in Ardenweald, but it's like another dimension. I don't know, like I don't think they're being chained there, but I think they just have access to it maybe. It's a circular main room that has 3 branches that house each different theme and boss. And in The Other Side, you have basically all of Bonswamdi's boys are here. Hakar, the Soul Flayer, who we have fucking not seen since he was in, what's that dungeon called? He was in Zul'Gurub. Like, he's like an OG boss.
Oh, shit. Like the thing that Classic is doing?
Yeah, and the guy that created the Blood Trolls, like, he literally made, like, he's their god. Dealer Exexa. This is somebody I haven't heard of before, so it's just, who cares about that? But we also have Muzala, who is probably Bonswamdi's actual boss, who is like the god, like the double god of death. But then most importantly, we also have 2 of the most menacing people to ever team up and be a dungeon boss. The Mana Storms. Millhouse and Maleficent are also here.
What?
Doing what? I don't know what they're fucking doing, but you fight them.
Wait, they're dead?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess Millicent said she was going to go kill her husband. She's going to go give him a righteous bonk. But I hope they're not dead.
Wait, so is this why you said that it gave you some Violet Hold vibes?
Yes, because A, they're there, but B, like the layout seems like you're in the middle, and then you have to go to each like jail cell and kill the bosses that are in each different wing, you know? But I'm assuming maybe they just had like some portal malfunctions because Millhouse is a shit wizard, and they ended up here maybe. But yeah, you literally fight both of them. Love that shit.
Beautiful.
That's fun. We haven't fought them both at the same time before, have we?
Remember how mad people would get when you would use the Millhouse toy in Legion to make Maleficent fire off like double the rounds?
People would get pissed. And it would be rough because you'd have to fight her, and then after it was over, people would be like, why the fuck did you do that?
I live for that shit. But the images of this dungeon look fucking beautiful. Like, I can't wait for this. Like, Shadowlands is gonna be a bizarre change of pace with its fantasy and its lore, but man, its artwork. Aaron, I have news. It's your favorite. Muzala is your favorite kind of boss. The above the waist punches nipples boss.
A nippler. I actually wrote Blizzard and I said I expect 1 to 2 nipple bosses in every single dungeon, please.
Yep, here he fucking is, dude, using the same exact animation as all the other ones. He has his hands outstretched, ready to get punched in his weak spots. He looks really fucking cool though. Oh my god, this is sick.
Whew. Well, all this talk about these nipplers has got me ready to head on into our sexiest NPC of the week.
I am half ready to be full. Please take it away.
Well, this week, along the lines of Aaron's Time Warp, actually, we have a sexy Tauren as our sexiest NPC of the week.
a magnificent moo cow.
And this week we got Mela High Totem, baby.
Ooh, or should I say Mela High Mountain?
Oh, I'm gonna bring this one back real quick.
Oof.
And this
No,
week we got Mela High Mountain, baby.
I'm leaving that in. Ooh.
Yeah, girl.
The show notes even say High Mountain, and I was looking at it. I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Literally, I call her High Totem every other time. I'm like, it's pretty much the same. I don't think about her much. But this week, I'm thinking about her a lot.
Oh, she's rocking that bold one shoulder strap there. Look at her. Look at that little armored right shoulder she's got. And her, oh my God.
She said, I am strong and I am powerful, but not enough for two. Two's too many.
She's like, from this side, I protect, but from this side, I need to be a little sexy. You need to show a little shoulder.
I never realized how tiny her little horns were. Look at her little horns. They're so little.
Yeah, because she had to prove herself as a proper leader. Because everyone's like, oh, look at her tiny horns. And she was like, but it's not about the size of the horns. It's about the size of the spear. And she's got a big one. Ooh, mama.
Woof.
I will say, I really liked questing with her, and it was honestly a top 10 anime betrayals when she decided to join the Horde.
Like, I get it. They look the same. But, like, think about how much nicer we are. She hung out with them and immediately got, like, hey, I'm Sylvanas. Shut up, bitch. Like, she got, like, yelled at. Like, her first day on the job.
Well, you know why she may have joined the Horde, according to Tumblr user Katie Scarlett, she may have a little bit of a crush on Bane Bloodhoof.
Wait, what?
What? I mean,
when
back
I looked
off.
up...
Like, it's Anduin's man, or at some point, probably, right?
Anduin had his chance with Bane. They had their fling. He showed Anduin a time and a half, but he's with Wrathion now. And according to Katie Scarlett, I think it's time to dust off the old shipping goggles.
Oh.
In her 2019 Tumblr post, she talks about Mela during the second siege of Orgrimmar and says, of course Mela's first thing to report was Bane's condition. Polish his shipper goggles. Though she may have some competition, because according to Tumblr user Sharpen-Jade Scythe, Mela may be all about our boy, Navarog.
Oh,
What?
Okay.
No, that's not true. Navarog is going to stay within his clan. He can't... That wouldn't work out.
But Navarog looks up through those holes and he sees that sturdy frame, those curvy, tiny horns, that powerful leadership, and says, I'd drog her bar any day.
No. But I mean, she was the one to go about uniting all of these people, so like maybe he feels like they need to unite it even further. I can ship this, I guess.
Ooh, girl, he's about to plow her with the hammer of creation, you feel?
Now I'm having bad thoughts about how the Drogbar used those big stone fists, and I don't like it.
What about their big pointy stone heads?
No. She's got a cool looking
She's
belt.
Spicy. Yeah, and she's got a good belt, too.
She also has a good totem,
Oh, wait. That's on her back, right?
Yeah.
I thought she was standing in front of like a totem in the background, like sticking out of the ground. You guys see it?
No, she carries it around and it looks really cool. That's another one where I feel like the feminization of the Tauren character model makes it more balanced, and I like it more than your standard like male Tauren, where they're very pulled forward.
Oh, you know what? This is totally why she is only wearing one shoulder plate. She's like, I have my totem slung over this way, and you need to see it in its entirety.
Oh, yeah, honestly, no, you're right. She's smart as fuck. Look at her balancing out her body, balancing out her balance. Ooh, ow, ow.
Well, I believe we can personally visit you in. Wait, what's the main city in this?
Go on. No. Just do it. Just do it, Alex. Just do it.
Totem
Do it live.
Is it Thunder Totem?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We will personally bring you your award to Thunder Totem to present it to you because you are this week's Sexiest NPC of the week.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna go there. So if one of you two could do it, that would be great.
Randallman is actually there right now, so he will take the burden to
Okay,
ride
good.
the elevator down to the central chamber.
I can't imagine how fucking hard it is to navigate there in war mode right now. I can't even fucking imagine
It's actually not bad.
What?
Randallman has been he is 108 in war mode, and no one has attacked me yet.
Wow.
I remember this was a pretty big hotspot a few months ago.
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked to hear that news.
As am I. I think they are literally all in Azuna right now, but that is neither here nor there.
Yeah, dude, they're never leaving Azuna until like Shadowlands. But now we can do our top toot, bottom boot, medium moot. And I'm gonna give my like 18th million medium moot of the week for me.
He's nothing if not consistent.
Ooh, what is it?
I've been leveling my druid, Miss Wildseed, and so I love travel form. Obviously, it's great for doing quests. I can pick up stuff without being like having to fight stuff. I can stealth as a kitty cat. It's great. But man, there is one humongous drawback is that I get so used to being able to stay in flight form to do stuff that a lot of world quest items don't fucking work. Or even your Hearthstone. It'll be like, can't use that while pacified. And it's like, just break my flight form. I'm literally sitting on the ground in a bird form, and I press Hearthstone and I literally can't. I have to click off my travel form to do anything with like castable items that I have. And I don't get it, because if I'm riding a mount, the mount will just dismount me. Why can't the travel form just de-travel for me?
You know what you gotta do? You gotta make macros for all of those things that just automatically take you out and then cast it.
Oh, I could do that, couldn't I? I actually could do that for my druid. You're right. That'd be a lot of fucking work though, but I'm trying to think. It's my Hearthstone. The problem is though with the world quest items, like I was doing one where I had to collect some coins in Stormsong, and it wouldn't let me hit the button without being depacified. So I was like, I can't make a macro for that one. I could, but I use it once every like 2 weeks.
I would just do the big ones, probably like start with Hearthstone.
Yeah, that one is one that makes me the most angry. But what about you, Aaron? What's your TTBBMM?
So for my week, I am going to have a top toot. This is a little bit of a Mean Girls observation here, but it is so nice to be reading a Christy Golden novel because she just gets it. The little details in War Crimes, the dialogue, the chapter length, it just feels a lot better, and it feels nice to read and not a chore like Storm Rage. And I'm sure a lot of it was just the subject material of Storm Rage, a time and characters I'm not super about, but it just feels so much better. And I'm like halfway through the book within a week and a half, and I'm very excited to read other works by her so that I can have a nice safety net before I go back to like Age of the Aspects by Richard Knack. Because I want to read all the books. I'm just trying to get the good ones out of the way first.
Yeah, I'm also interested to see how Madeleine Roux stacks up. I mean, you said that, and I agree with you, that Christie has some of the best descriptions and dialogue. And I don't know, in some of these excerpts, I'm a little worried that some of the description is misplaced, to say the least, in this upcoming book, but we'll see.
I have my faith.
Yeah, I think she'll be good. This last excerpt has been honestly so interesting. I want so much more like right now. So I'm jazzed for it. I think I'm also gonna start rereading the books. I have a lot of time at work for audiobooks, and so I think I'm just gonna start buying like various Warcraft books and just hearing how they do the audiobooks for them, because they add so much to like the music and the sound effects, and it's cash money.
But Immune, what is your TTBBMM?
Well, your boy Immune has a bottom boot this week.
Oh, the trifecta!
It's back, baby. And okay, I know we have talked about this in the past on this podcast, but I feel like this is the first time that it has personally affected me. So, as I said, I started with Eastern Kingdoms for my Flame Warden achievement, and I worked my way from the south all the way up. So, naturally, the last like 4 campfire sites I had to visit were Silvermoon and Ghostlands. That's what they're called, right?
Yes.
So those ones. And, I forgot that you can't simply fly there because there's an invisible wall that makes you fly downward to take a path because you have to go into a portal because the entire northern part of the continent is phased. And not only is it phased and you cannot fly at all. And, here I am having to mount up and like run so slow through the Ghostlands all the way up to Silvermoon. Because of this, I'm very, very, very rarely ever in Silvermoon. So I forgot that, it's distinctly split into the western ruins and the eastern main portion of the city. So I just, followed the path and it took me to the ruins and I was like, how do I get over there? And I couldn't figure it out. And then I like left, crossed the scar, went up again, went in there. The guards are really annoying. Luckily, there weren't a whole lot of horde there because I assume they also don't like to hang out there because it's like a whole nother game up there. And I finally found it. And thankfully, it's probably the last time I'll ever have to go to Silvermoon. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. It is a rough time to even go there the once. I remember starting a Blood Elf and being in Silvermoon and being like, I need to get out of here.
I mean, at least then when you're leveling, you can't fly anyways. Like, imagine how bad it feels being Horde that's max level and you want to go to your race's capital city and you can't even fly there.
Well, the Exodar, kind of, not really, but once they walk in that portal, they're kind of stuck there, kind of like we are, kind of a little bit.
At least
but you're
they
right.
can go to their home city. Bring back Gilneas.
Fair enough. Okay, I take it all back. I shouldn't say anything.
Honestly, we could take half a Silvermoon and give that just to fucking Gilneas. It's big enough for it to lose some real estate there.
But then there'd be this weird dynamic. Like, Aaron would also have to hate the Blood Elves as much as he hates the Night Elves.
That's fine. Fuck elves.
I already do.
Am I right, lady?
I'm not shy in saying I don't like any elf.
But yeah, bottom boot. Like, Blizzard, why can no one fly in this area? I don't get it. I feel like it's the only main portion of the map that is like this, right?
I'm betting that they built it in such a specific way that they can't change that. Otherwise, it'd just like break everything entirely. Otherwise, they would have by now, right? Because that area is so old compared to the rest of it.
It just feels bad too, and I don't understand it, and I don't like it, and I'm glad I won't have to go there again until I decide to get another achievement that involves me going there.
Let's go kill them there. Let's kill the leaders. Lothar, you're next.
Go, fucking Ramith. Take off your stupid face covering, cause I'm gonna get you.
You're gonna get fucked. But with that, I think it's time for us to leave. So if you have any comments, questions, complaints, recipes, cookbooks, cockbooks, send them to us at donotRelentPod@gmail.com. What? If you have any tweets, tweet at us at Twitter at DoNotRelentPod. What about you, cockbooks? What do you have? Where you at on the internet?
What?
What? I guess so. Okay. Anyways, I am Alex or Immunization, and you can find me on Twitter at New Era Alex, or you can follow our podcast Instagram account that I am very behind in updating, but I will get to eventually, on the gram at Do Not Relent.
Next.
You can wait. Is this like next the MTV show? Am I supposed to have like a little quip?
Yes. Please have a little quip.
I'm Aaron. I'm 26, and I'm gonna give you 20 dicks. Divided by 20, because I only have one, and actually I won't give it to you because I'm in a very committed relationship. But if you want to find me on social media, specifically Twitter, it's The Big Cheesy. You can also follow our literary musings at livejournal.donotrelent.com. This week, I talked about shaman skirts.
For spending time with me, you have $70. You can either choose to take the money or get back on the bus and next me.
I'll take the money.
Well, I just got
Slide
owned.
Whistle was stinky, and so now I've got a ring bing, on my pinky.
I'm the other voice on the bus.
What can I say? It doesn't pay to be greedy. All right, well, that was our great next impression. Bye. See you guys next week. And remember,
Another down. Do not relent.
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.